Whoa. When you immediately know what theme song is playing. It happens. And then once that is sorted, then we can start. Should be an interesting show. In my subjectively correct opinion. But we will see soon enough. Alrighty. Alright, we're on. Alrighty. So, time for my normal spiel that I tend to do because I'm crazy. I don't know. It's like I believe that Night of Champions was fairly good in what I wanted to happen. But yeah, like I don't know. A lot happened which I wasn't expecting to happen. For example, how bloody frickin' the Dudley Boys tag team match was, and a bunch of other factors. But like, I don't know. I believe it was a good show. But what matters now is picking up where those characters left off, because Jesus Christ, do I need to try to pick up my game? But yeah. So should be good. Should be good. I'm very interested to see where we go from here. But it should be a fun experience, especially because so many more like CAWs are coming through to ECW, which is always fun. Yes, it does mean like actual real wrestlers that I would be putting in these matches would like obviously kind of be excluded, but it just means that I have more opportunities to build new stars. Alrighty. Are we ready for a good show? This is the point in time where I'm like, oh, I already know that the EC dub chants are just going to be flooding the chat at some point. But let's do this. Good show time. There it is. Thank you for the EC dub. Let's get it done. And also thank you, Jose Barnett. Let's get it done, boys. I expect some good VC banter if you guys are watching this. Some good VC banter because I have a full voice. So Scott Silver's going to do some good calls tonight. Good calls tonight. So let's do this. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to ECW. We are coming live at the sold out ECW Arena in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
The following is a triple threat Extreme Rules match. Making his way to the ring from New York, weighing in at 350 pounds,
The superstar, the devil himself, Lucifer, coming into the match fresh off of Night of Champions, which was a massive show for us. And actually, coming up to that, Lucifer has been nicknamed from the ECW fans in attendance as the workhorse of ECW, always coming in for a match and always ready to put on a show, which is amazing to see. But now Coming through is our Money in the Bank briefcase holder.
From Wolverhampton, England, weighing in at 600 pounds, Joshua Black.
Joshua Black knocking off Joey Uso to win the briefcase, and boy howdy, has he been very vocal on how this is going to elevate his career, and not even only just elevate his career, but also elevate his whole life. Now that is something, that is just a lot of pride that he has for the briefcase, and a lot of pride in his ability, which we love to see here. But how is he going to stand in this triple threat match? And the real question is, who is this third person? We have absolutely no idea who this third person could be.
And from Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina, weighing in at 195 pounds, the Ghost, Tommy Pollux.
Tommy Pollux, the man known as the Ghost, is here in ECW, one of the hottest free agents to come out of the wrestling scene that hadn't been signed to a major company. This is huge. How about that, making his debut in the first match of the show? That's after Night of Champions, looking to make a statement here. How about that? Welcome to ECW, Tommy Pollux. How about probably asking themselves right now, yeah, it's nice to see Tommy Pollux here in ECW ring, but he's in the ring with two super heavyweights in the form of Joshua Black and Lucifer. How is he gonna fare against these two tonight? All three men in the ring, ready to start it off, kick it off with a bang. Bell has now rung, and we're off. Lucifer immediately using his size to his advantage, trying to knock Tommy Pollux into the ECW faithful. Immediately Joshua Black with the project. And as we know, Lucifer and Joshua Black has shared the ring a hand number of times in ECW up to this point. Doesn't seem like either of them are taking Tommy the Ghost seriously. Lucifer snake eyes to Tommy. Now look at Joshua Black trying to get some much needed athleticism in. And now look at Lucifer getting that strength and throwing his skull straight into the canvas. Jesus Christ. But obviously, Tommy Pollux most known for his finishing move, the one move that not many people have kicked out from his career so far, known as the Last Whisper. So we're always looking out for that move. It could be hit at any moment in time. But now look at the big boot on the outside by Tommy. Straight to Mr. Money in the Bank. Now gets back inside. Lucifer now catches him, hoists him up. And now we're getting a snake eyes off the turnbuckle. Now Joshua Black clothesline. And now looking for it. Up into the stunner. And the clothesline to the back of the skull by Tommy. Tommy again struggling with the size differences between these two. Dropped down by Lucifer. And a leapfrog. And a hoist him up to throw him down. And now Joshua Black, ladder now in hand. As a body drop from Lucifer comes up short. Able to be reversed by Tommy. Now Tommy focusing on Joshua, but Joshua again just throwing him but Lucifer able to send him down almost onto the ladder completely. But now seems like they're trying to team up, but heads have now been bashed. Now picked up, and the knee straight to the skull. Try to get the clothesline onto Josh, but the big boot. Now the knee. Now Tommy Pollux bringing in the table. As Joshua Black getting in that stunner once again. Goes for the cover. But a kick out at one. And the big boot from Tommy Pollux. Goes off the springboard moonsault, but Lucifer's clothesline to Josh stops him and he's dead in his tracks. Now Joshua hoisting him up, almost spinning him around. And the cutter. Kicks straight into the skull of Joshua Black. What's he going to do with it? Off the ropes now, and the big drop kick. Makes Joshua Black stagger a little bit. And now an Alabama slammer by Lucifer. Joshua again trying to get now sledgehammer in hand. And all men on the outside. Tommy trying to do his best to try to block and avoid, but that big boot from Joshua Black is hard to avoid. And now, trying to go for something, but Joshua able to squeeze out of the way. Now, Tommy with the sledgehammer straight to the back of Lucifer and to the midsection. Tries to go for the midsection of Joshua, sorry, my apologies. But comes up a little bit short now. And a pedigree to the outside. Tommy able to reverse though. But gets thrown into the steel steps as a result. And the strike straight to the chest from Lucifer. Thrown back inside. But Tommy's not stopping. As Joshua gets back to the outside now. Trying to figure out where the party is, but the uppercut and knee combo! Capitalizing in a DDT on the concrete floor. Tommy's not giving up despite the size difference between all the men, and now the sledgehammer back in play. It's thrown back inside by Tommy Pollux. Follows back inside. Off the ropes. And the knee. Able to still be on his feet. And now the reversal from Joshua Black. And now trying to go for the submission. But Lucifer there to break it all up. And now trying to get the back slam. Trying to steal one here. But a kick out at one. Both men getting back to their feet ever so carefully. The reversal from Tommy. What is Tommy trying to do here? But gets caught by Lucifer. Lucifer going for another snake eyes off the turnbuckle. Trying to go for a clothesline on Joshua. Didn't get all of it though. Now Joshua trying to capitalize, but gets reversed on by Lucifer. And Lucifer with the bear hug now. Trying to get Joshua to submit. Submitting in the center of the ring could be detrimental for his Money in the Bank reign. But the elbows able to get out of harm's way as we see Tommy going for a steel chair. Super kick from Joshua. But a kick out at two. Now the strikes. Now the moonsault from Tommy. Possibly trying to steal it here. But a kick out. Now, oh Jesus Christ. Straight onto the neck of Tommy Pollux. And now going for a spin. Throwing a marine, immediately getting clotheslined by Lucifer. Also hit the referee as well. And now the kendo stick to the back of Tommy. And breaking across the skull of the ghost. Now trying to get some power back in, but Joshua Black trying to go to stop him dead in his tracks. He's hoisted up now. Thrown over like a rag doll. Tries to go for that back spike. Goes to the outside now, leaving Lucifer inside the ring. Trying to find some more damage to be done. Steel can being thrown into the skull of Lucifer. And now picking him up almost effortlessly. Throwing him down. But again, Tommy right there kicked up from the knee. Now all three men again just going at it on the outside. Reversed on by Tommy. Trying to throw him back inside the ring, but Joshua gets reversed on now. Joshua's being thrown inside the ring and now busted open by Lucifer with the steel steps. Now Joshua throws him inside the ropes and the elbow strike. Goes for the cover. But a kick out at two. Tommy there to try to capitalize. Neck breaker to Black. And he gets the famouser. Could he get it? And he does. In his debut match. Coming out with the victory over Lucifer and the Money in the Bank holder. Welcome to ECW, Tommy Pollux, as we move into our next match. And now, it's hard to follow up such a triple threat match, but we will get to see it right now. As this man comes into play.
The following champion versus champion contest is an Extreme Rules match. Making his way to the ring from Leeds, England, weighing in at 240 pounds, the Action Champion, Lane Aiden.
Lane Ainsley, of course, we all know, coming off of a loss, losing the not only TPW Undisputed Championship, but also the ECW Television Championship at Night of Champions to Anthony King. But now he's gonna have to have a very uphill battle because he will be versing someone who has literally been on the biggest roll ever since joining ECW. And I'm finally happy to say some words when he comes out. We wait patiently for ECW's chosen son, and there he is!
His opponent from Manchester, England, weighing in at 225 pounds, the ECW World Champion, Callum the Dream Masters.
The new ECW champion, Callum Masters, coming in after an amazing 2 out of 3 falls match with the Phenom, The Undertaker. He now holds all of ECW around his waist and on his shoulder as he comes into the match with one of the most hated, Lane Ainsley, Callum Masters. Both men are ready, and we're off. Lane immediately wasting no time trying to trip up the champion. Slap straight to the face. Obviously, you can only imagine the kind of anger that Lane has, that he's experiencing after going loss to loss to loss to loss, it seems, as of late. And obviously, like I previously mentioned, losing the TPW Undisputed Championship and then losing the Television Championship for ECW. He has not been having the best of chances. So possibly a win off of the ECW champion could go miles. As we see Callum immediately going under the ring to try to find something, getting the ladder out. The fans chanting, of course, that they want tables. Unfortunately, Dudleys are not here to provide that, as face first with the ladder. Now waiting for him to get back to his feet. Now trying to get in that chip. Damage straight to the arm of Lane. Lane able to get back to his feet after that kick to the soul. Both men going reversal for reversal, it seems. Lane now neck breaker, the champion. Callum just waiting patiently for Lane to get back into the ring. But face first goes to the kendo stick. It doesn't seem like he wants to use it for very long as he throws Callum's skull straight onto the canvas. And now straight his back goes the canvas as well. Goes for the cover. But a kick out at 1, not even to 2 just yet. It's going to take a lot more to take down the ECW champion, The Dream. But gets thrown straight into the ladder and now busted open. Reversal though, back to his feet. And now getting that chip, damage to that left arm again. And now the swing forearm by The Dream. Being picked up by Lane though, getting just placed onto the barricade. Now getting out the big ladder, but Masters doesn't seem to mind. He's waiting patiently for him to finish. Almost like a line drawn in the sand. This match could be an absolute bloodbath. He's trying to hoist him onto the ladder, but Callum stops him dead in his tracks. Now he's throwing him onto the ladder, kind of like a return, and now Snake Eyes off the ladder. How about that? We now get the steel can in full effect. Not using it just yet, but making everyone aware that it's there, tripping him up as he goes underneath the ladder. Hoists Lane up. Is he looking for another? No, he's throwing his entire body onto the ladder. And the knee as an insurance policy straight to Lane Ainsley. Goes back into the ring now. Picking up that kendo stick that was used on him only moments ago. And throwing straight into the skull of Lane and capitalizing on the corner. Tries to go for a pin now. But a kick out at 2. Now goes to the outside area. Swing and a miss, it seems. Again, trying to work on that left arm. Callum very much having a strategy walking into this match, picking one area and just focusing almost all of his aggression onto that same point. Very smart strategy by the ECW champion. Now, focusing on the leg. Now, again, a kendo stick in hand. And straight to the midsection. And again to the skull. And try to go for a third time, but he's rolling out of harm's way. But gets it for the third time onto the bleeding skull of Lane. Knee straight to the midsection. Bops his head off of that ladder. And again the snake eyes off the ladder. Now look at Masters onto the pavement. Doesn't seem to be letting up any moment, but Lane able to get the reversal. Thrown straight into the ladder. Tries again to hoist him up, but again, Callum not letting him. Understanding that if he gets hoisted onto the ladder, he may be going through it. Now dealing some damage, throwing him off the... And now, again being thrown onto the ladder, and now being put onto it. Hit straight to the midsection. So just looking at his lifeless body. Callum Masters onto the top rope. Are we going to see it? Oh my God, through the ladder! Swanton through the ladder! The champion not wasting any time as he grabs a steel chair. Lane able to get up from that. Somehow a miracle that he's not bleeding internally from that ladder shot. Again, tried to go for the heavy knee. Going for that arm. Once again. Masters trying to get that chair. And a suicide dive attempt from Lane, but comes up short as Masters was able to get back into the ring and straight to the face of Lane. And again in the midsection with the steel chair. And again, third time's the charm. Try to go for a fourth, but stops him, and it gets tripped up by Lane. It's thrown back into the ring by Lane Ainsley. And it's the high knee finally connecting. Thrown straight back onto the canvas. Back of the skull first. Now look at Lane trying to get that net breaker, and it connects. But now look at Masters. Gets the face buster. Goes for the cover. But a kick out of two. After all the pain that Lane has endured, how the hell is he still standing? And I agree with the fans in attendance that these two should fight forever. Again, another chair shot to the skull of Lane Ainsley. Again, working on that left arm. It has to be in agony right now. Pulling himself over. Again, possibly trying to go for some more damage on the arms. Now grabbing, possibly thinking about grabbing that chair from earlier. Look at what he's doing, hoisting Lane up to the top rope. What is Masters thinking? Oh my God, avalanche! I'm at a loss for words right now, but I agree with the fans. This is awesome. hoisting Lane up. What else could he do to this man? Try to go for his running salt, but the ladder in the way. And now look at Lane getting that. Could he steal one right now? But a kick at it too. Lane somehow not phased after all of the punishment he's endured in this match so far. Being thrown into the ladder. The knee straight to the skull, and now the strikes from Lane Ainsley, reversed by Masters. Now going for that face buster, straight on to it. Goes for the cover, and that's it. Masters with an amazing match. First match as champion. Congratulations. This will definitely be another match of the night. If it's not, then someone in the back is crazy. As we move on to our next match of the night. Here we go. As now we have women's competition. As we have our new ECW Women's Champion. And, wait, what the hell?
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Wolverhampton, England, the ECW Women's Champion, Julia Black.
Julia Black walking out with the title. But I heard some rumors in the back that she wasn't going to be wearing her mask for this bout. That apparently she's a different person with the mask on. So it may seem that she believes that this match is going to be too serious, that she might have to have had the mask on, or maybe it was possibly forced upon her. We don't know. All we know is that the mask is on, and that means Julia will be relentless in this matchup. Regardless, our champion is here. But now, obviously, someone who very much despises Julia Black. Zoya Valkov, the Unbreakable One, absolutely furious with Julia Black. Of course, the show before, Night of Champions, attacking her and Amber Blade, and then putting herself into that match and then winning it, obviously upsetting Zoya Valkov and wanting a match with her. Mind you, this was out of Julia's request. Julia requested to have this match against Zoya because of the outrage that Zoya Black had. Regardless, both women are ready. And we're about to get it on. Both women are ready. Bell has rung. And Julia wasting no time going for that springboard clothesline to Zoya. Zoya! Big boot. As we know, Julia's going to be relentless in this match. Going for a bank statement, but a rope break. Now trying to deal some damage to the arm now. Trying to do some more damage to the arm very quick in trying to deal as much damage as possible. Zoya may not be ready. And now moonsault off the springboard. Goes to the outside a meter there. Now the sidewalk boot. And again doing some damage to the arm. Now the flying forearm by Zoya Valkov. Trying to get some momentum back into this match. But she gets thrown back into the ring by Julia. Both women back to her feet now. Trying to go for a drop kick, but comes up short. But Zoya getting thrown to the apron. Hit to the midsection. And now, powerbomb to the outside. Try to go for a cutter, but Zoya able to all of it. Head bouncing off the apron. Zoya trying to get some reversals in, trying to get some momentum. And look at the power throwing her over. Now Zoya throwing the champion back inside the ring. Big Boot, though, meets her when she comes back inside. Goes for the cover. Now Zoya Valkov trying to get that lariat, but both women coming up short with their attempts at offense. But look at the trip up and the ankle lock from Valkov. Now, the black mass. Could this be it? Dead in their tracks. And it's not. Barely kicking out. Now Julia again trying to deal some damage again. That clothesline off the springboard. Trying to go for that. And the Phoenix splash from the springboard. Oh my god. Just when you think that's over. And the cross body. And now, kick straight to the side of the skull. And now, Zoya trying to get a leg up here. Getting that submission in. Figure four. Could Julia tap here, but no, straight strikes to the skull, able to break it all up. Reverse thrown over the top, sent to the outside. What's Zoya gonna do with it? Meets her on the outside area. And the angle slam. But Julia. Now look at Julia trying to get her to submit on the outside. It would not count, however. But still, the message is there. It's Julia just going at it. As we know, as I said earlier, when Julia has the mask on, she means business. But the question that's alluring is that she was meant to have it off for this match. Why all of a sudden is it on? Zoya now struggling to get offense, and again the springboard dive connecting. Now getting that chip damage on the legs here now. Zoya trying to get to her feet. Julia Black straight to the skull. Again, the springboard Phoenix splash goes for the cover. And that's all she wrote. It's Julia Black picking up the victory. Zoya rolling out of the ring. Wait a second. Amber Blade with her kendo stick. Doesn't seem like she's done with either Julia Black or Zoya Valkova. What could this mean? And now we have tag team competition here tonight. Starting off with a team that...
The following contest is a tag team Extreme Rules match. And accompanied by Joey at a combined weight of 493 pounds. Jimmy and Jay, the Usos.
Of course, we know the Usos had an absolute bloodbath with the Dudley Boys for the Tag Team Championships at Night of Champions, unsuccessful. And that man right there, Joey Uso, losing the Money in the Bank contract to Joshua Black. How are they gonna try to get back to the top? As we get to now see the in-ring debut of two new superstars. The Kings are here, accompanied by that man, the new ECW television champion.
Weight of 501 pounds, the United Kingdom.
Representing Bullet Club, Ethan King on the left, Wade King on the right, and the man who runs the show with silver and gold around his waist. This should be an interesting bout, to say the least. The smirk from the champion. Obviously not in competition tonight, but will be here on the sidelines. Both teams are ready, the Usos and the Kings. Here we go. And like I said earlier, an in-ring debut for both Wade and Ethan King. And now Ethan King not able to capitalize, but Wade, however, Wade has been one not to talk, but by God, he does damage, as we've seen, as he's dropping everyone, it seems. Ethan King, very agile and very diverse in his moveset, but Wade having muscles upon muscles, and the clothesline immediately. And now the Samoan drop attempt, but no Ethan King able to capitalize. Ethan King trying to do what he can. Snake eyes from Jey Uso as Jimmy trying to do some damage to Wade King. Now trying to do damage on the arms here. Trying to get him in that submission. Ethan King back in the fray with a back step. Now kicks straight to the midsection. As we saw Joey Uso throwing the chair in. And the strike from Ethan. Ethan now kicks straight to the back, being planted on the unopened table. The clothesline sends him inside out. Doesn't seem to be phased though, as now he's getting some offense in. Headbutt to Wade. Trying to drop them as fast as they can. It's now Jay throwing Wade into the corner. Trying to use the steel chair, but comes up short. Wade able to capitalize, getting the chair away from him. Now look at Ethan King. Kendo stick. As Jey Uso looked like he was trying to threaten Joey Uso with the kendo stick there. But now being the ladder thrown onto Ethan King. As Wade dealing some damage to Jay inside the ring, and now he is in possession of the chair. Puts it into the corner, try to put it in the corner, but DDT to the outside. Wade King able to reverse Jay's offense. Jimmy definitely dealing some damage to Ethan on the outside. Reversal by Jay. Now Jimmy getting into it, Russian leg sweep. Now Ethan back in the ring, getting toyed up with Jay. Neck breaker. Wade now throwing Jimmy into the corner. Now the elbow strike straight to the skull. Remove the turnbuckle, and now the Usos using it to their advantage. Wade King now trying to get work on Jimmy. Flying forward. Steel chair now. Get the Superman punch onto Wade King. But Ethan there able to stop the count. Now a Russian leg sweep of his own onto the chair. Now Jay did some damage to Wade in the corner. Seems like Ethan was trying to do the same. Stiff right sends Jimmy down. And now look at Anthony throwing Jay immediately back into the ring. Ethan capitalizing on it. Now the strikes by Wade. Apparently Wade calls them the 10 Commandments. Now Ethan setting up that chair again. Look at Joey now, possibly trying to get involved. Suplex. And the clothesline. Hoisting him up. Seems like a double teamed by Wade and Ethan. And now look at the power, spinning power bomb! As Ethan being distracted by Joey on the apron. But look at this, and Dev Days by Wade King! But only barely. So close to getting the count. Tag team wrestling, a Superman punch to Jimmy. What is Ethan looking to do here? Stiff right now. The referee doesn't seem to be doing all that well. Throwing steel cannon to Jay. Now the kick straight to the skull. Suicide dive by Ethan King. So immediately running over to help him with Jimmy, with that backstabber. Back in the ring he is as he gets his beloved chair, it seems. Goes to the outside to meet Jimmy, but Jimmy over there to help Jay. But now German suplex. And a rainmaker. Look at the power of Wade King on full display now. Wade King now sledgehammer in hand as he goes it body and head first. Now Anthony King trying to tell the official to do his damn job. As the King's just going absolute hell on the outside. Jimmy just waiting in the ring. Thrown into the post. Both Kings are now in the ring with Jimmy Uso reversed. Janius get out of there and help his brother clothesline. Gets pinned by Wade. But stopped by Jay just in the nick of time. And now look at Ethan with a feast your eyes. Both men going for covers. But both kicking out. Now the bear hug from Wade King. Only barely. Jimmy scraping by. Goes for the cover on Ethan King, now bleeding from the skull, but a kick out at 1. Joey trying to yell at his brother to get the job done. Now look at Wade now. Power that this man possesses. And now going for his power bomb on the outside. The last ride. Now, don't wait out on Jay. Jay looking for Uso splash, but Ethan able to get out of harm's way. Results to the kick straight into the skull. And now getting those palm strikes in. Is Jimmy able to clothesline Wade to the back of the skull? Stiff right sends him down. But now he has the attention of Ethan. Thrown straight into that exposed turnbuckle. And the neck breaker. Now look at the power bomb into last ride. But thrown steel can stops him from getting the pin. But look, steel can being used while Jay's there lifeless. Goes for the cover, but a kick out at 1 and Wade getting back involved. Dealing some more damage. Again, Anthony looked like he was trying to get involved there, but he's not 100% sure. Now Jay, last person left in the ring, super kick to Wade. And now getting some much needed strikes on Ethan, but Wade there easily to break any momentum up and across the knee, bending him as a result. Jesus Christ. Jimmy now back, possibly trying to do something to Ethan. Super kick into the back of the skull. Jimmy could have it here, but a kick out at 2. Jimmy now to the outside as Wade bounces off the apron. Sledgehammer now back in possession. So is the steel chair, but the sledgehammer hits first. Straight to the midsection, but doesn't let up, and a spear from Jimmy. Usos using the outside area to their absolute advantage as Wade gets thrown on the outside. And Jimmy just wailing on Ethan with that sledgehammer, and now straight to the skull with the chair. And now the power of Wade King. Chair being thrown onto Jay's lifeless corpse. Now, Jimmy thrown back into the ring. Both Kings are back in the ring to try to deal some damage. Flying forearm and knee from the Kings. Now both men dealing for their respective Uso. The spear from Jay could cost it. But Wade there to break up the pin. The big boot. Throwing him around, ragdolling his corpse. Now look at Wade King, top rope. Going for that crossbody and gets it. Ethan looking like he was having some kind of exchange with Joey Uso while holding the steel steps, and now the power of Wade King again on full display. It's now all men bleeding. What a tag team match this has been. Thrown into the steel steps goes Jay. Ethan King just trying his absolute hardest, again throwing Jay into the stairs. And now a snake eyes off the barricade from Jimmy to Wade. Both teams could use the victory here. Now, steel chair from Jimmy on both men. Wade King now to his feet. But now Wade King able to capitalize for his spinning power bomb. And now trying to help out with Jay so Ethan can get some breathing room. Picking up Jimmy. And that spinning discus clothesline. Both teams just going strike for strike, blow for blow, blood for blood. This has been a bloodbath and a half, as now Jimmy getting thrown into the post. Backspace from Jimmy. Now Jimmy neck breaker. All men just going at it. Seems like any match the Usos are in just turns into a bloodstorm. Jimmy and Ethan going blow for blow there. Jay being thrown in the air, thrown across the outside area. Backbreaker from Wade King and that squeeze push. An eye rake from Ethan. Throws him into the barricade. And again, and the power bomb by Wade. Jimmy thrown back into the ring. Could Wade King possibly end it here? Both Kings now back in the ring. As Anthony tried a shot on Jay, if you saw that. Tried a shot, but seems like Ethan trying to go for a finish here, but Jay able to break up the pinfall, but being resulted in a body drop by Wade. Goes for the cover. Could this be it? And it is the United Kingdom picking up the victory.
Here are your winners, the United Kingdom.
Both men getting a round of applause by Anthony, the young gun, as they walk out the victors tonight. As we now move on to our main event, championship match. Here we go. And now, obviously, Jalen Mitchell ready for his match against that man for the Hardcore Championship. But wait a second! Seems like Jackson has elected fellow Nest member Ricochet to fight the fight for him. And I've just received word that Jackson has just made this not a title match. He's just put Ricochet in place of him. This is no longer a title match. This is just Jalen versus Ricochet. What the hell? Match has now started. There we go, and Ricochet straight with that big boot. Trying to go for that strikes now. What could you be thinking in the mind of Jalen Mitchell? Jalen Mitchell did not know he'd be facing Ricochet tonight. He thought he'd be facing Jackson for his Hardcore Championship, the title that Jalen lost at Night of Champions, but got the rematch from Paul Heyman. Reversed on by Ricochet, sent to the outside. As we know, the leader of the Nest, the man known as Raven, showing up on TPW programming. making his statements known for the upcoming Forbidden Door pay-per-view. Now Ricochet. Dealing some much damage to Jalen Mitchell. The count now to 6. But both men back in the ring. Jalen Mitchell able to get some breathing room. Goes for the cover after that amazing, impressive slam. Comes up a bit short. Kick up. Jalen Mitchell. And now again with that good slam from his technically superior. He is, and now the underhooks. Again, just throwing him over the head. This is no longer a hardcore title match. Jackson replacing himself with Ricochet, not for the hardcore title. Now, spine buster. What is Ricochet thinking of doing? And the cannonball straight in the corner. Standing moonsault, but got the knees up. Jalen Mitchell has a chance to do some damage here. Thrown into the corner. Stiff right. But able to get reversed on by the one and only. And another strike of his own. But now look at Jalen Mitchell. Snake eyes off the ropes. Now the knee. Try to go for a clothesline, but the high boot from Ricochet, standing moonsault, capitalizes. Now Ricochet getting that chip damage in. Goes for the cover, but a kick out. Now Ricochet, but gets countered by Jalen Mitchell. What happens now? Thrown into the corner. The uppercuts from Mitchell. Trying to go for one more. And another. And can he get the third drop kick? Kick up from Ricochet, though. But thrown around by Mitchell. Goes for the cover. But a kick out at 2. And now, getting that groundwork. Being pulled to the middle of the ring, it seems. But look at Jackson getting Jalen Mitchell's attention as Ricochet gets back to his feet and capitalizing on the distraction. Gets pulled over to the ropes. Ricochet now. A Hurricane Runner. Sends him down. What could Ricochet be planning here? Jackson just watches on with a grin to his face. And now, Jesus Christ. Now Ricochet putting caution into the wind. Suicide dive, but comes up short. Jalen Mitchell ducking out of harm's way, but now going counter for counter right now. Jalen Mitchell, though, hoisting him up. And snake eyes off the apron. Thrown into the announce desk. Count of 8 now. Could Jalen Mitchell win off of this? He was screwed out of a match with Jackson, so he's going to get the count-out victory to show that Ricochet was not a main priority. Jalen gets the victory. Now, main event, but not the main event that he wanted. But regardless, that has been our show. Thank you so much for tuning into ECW. I have been Scott Silver, and I will see you when I see you. Take it easy, ladies and gentlemen.